Atlanta, Georgia, in November 18, Matt Ryan. Photo by Kevin C. Cox, Getty Images. As always, the NFC East has multiple teams in the spotlight. At this point, the Philadelphia Eagles have been arguably the quietest team as of late. Although they made a trade 2 weeks ago, since then, it seems like their focus has shifted to the 2019 NFL Draft. The other three teams of the East, well, they got some things going on. We typically focus solely on the Eagles, but why not check up on their enemies? After all, these are three teams that the Eagles have to face off against at least twice a year. The Dallas Cowboys swept the Eagles last season, and their recent moves have them in pretty good shape next season. As for the New York Giants, well, they have been making some major moves this offseason. Not for good though, more like for the worst. Then, there's the Washington Redskins, who are dealing with a significant dilemma as their starting quarterback, Alex Smith, is dealing with an awful leg injury that will have him missing the 2019 season and possibly beyond that. So with all of the recent moves going down, let's highlight some of the significant news going on around the NFC East. Page 2 ARLINGTON-TX, in November 30th, DeMarcus Lawrence. Photo by Wesley Hitt, Getty Images. The Dallas Cowboys defense had a stellar season last year. Their young secondary really stepped up, as their rookie linebacker emerged as a superstar during his first year. The difference maker on Dallas defense though? Their pass rush. With their defensive line being led by DeMarcus Lawrence, the Cowboys were a force to be reckoned with in 2019. Lawrence didn't exactly perform as well as he did in the previous season, but his production was still pretty high. As expected, Lawrence would threaten to hold out and refuse to play on the franchise tag, while demanding a new long-term deal. The Cowboys wanted to get it done, and they did. Although it did take a while, the Cowboys can finally move on from this tiring negotiation. Is this good news for the Eagles? Not exactly. But at the same time, it isn't bad either. Sure, DeMarcus Lawrence is a handful up front for opposing offensive lines, but for Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson, Lawrence is just another guy. Want to know how many sacks Lawrence has against the Eagles in 9 games? Zip. 0. Zilch. Good player, but not a problem for Philly. Next, Washington Redskins. Page 3 GLENDALE, Arizona, December 23, quarterback Josh Rosen. The Rams defeated the Cardinals 31-9. Photo by Christian Peterson, Getty Images. As stated earlier, the Redskins are dealing with a problematic situation regarding the quarterback position. They have Alex Smith on contract for this season and beyond, but he won't play at all in 2019. In the eyes of Washington, they are still in win-now mode if they just have a serviceable quarterback. That's debatable. However, they were at the top of the NFC East before Smith went down with his unfortunate injury. The Redskins made a trade for Case Keenum, while continuously preaching their faith in Colt McCoy. Meanwhile, the big rumor going around the league is that the Skins are still in on trade talks with Arizona Cardinals quarterback Josh Rosen. First, it was the Giants. Now, it seems like the Redskins could be the most realistic landing spot for Josh Rosen. According to ESPN's John Keim, there's a solid chance that Washington lands Rosen. The desired price tag is a first-round pick, but the Cardinals surely aren't going to get that. It sounds like a second-round pick will most likely get the deal done, as the Cardinals are rumored to have not one, but 2 second-rounders on the table. Only time will tell where Rosen will end up if he does get traded, but right now it seems like Rosen could find himself as the long-term starter for the Skins. Page 4 EAST Rutherford, NJ, October 11th, Carson Wentz. Photo by Elsa, Getty Images. Are the New York Giants trolling everybody? At first, you would think that. But they are seriously going through with all of these ridiculous rumors. First, they allowed Landon Collins, their best player in the secondary, to walk without even really discussing an offer. Then, they traded away a bunch of their other decent defensive players from last year to now, as they search for help in the same areas. And the biggest move of all, the Giants traded away Odell Beckham Jr. With the Giants making all of these franchise-changing moves, they still haven't made what's probably the most logical one, getting rid of their quarterback, Eli Manning. For some odd reason, the Giants are still all in on a 38-year-old Eli Manning. They won't get rid of him this year, and it sounds like there's a serious chance that they might hold on to him beyond 2019 too. Apparently, the Giants could legitimately extend Eli Manning after this season. After their general manager, Dave Gettleman, mentioned that he believed Manning actually had a solid season last year as the Giants only notched 5 wins, anything is possible for Manning's future with the team. And if the Giants do decide to not draft a quarterback with one of their 2 first-rounders, then they will probably look to extend their veteran for another year or 2. Next, Philadelphia Eagles 7-round mock draft 2.0.